Hey guys, what's up? It's the Snake Dude 1814 here, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing whether or not the best way to heat your snakes is with overhead heat or belly heat under the tank. I feel this is sort of a very interesting topic, especially now that there are more, should I say, new ways to heat snakes properly and keep them warm. A lot of people believe that snakes do like belly heat, which they do. However, when it comes to seeing that there are some snakes that get burns from sitting on a heat mat too long, there are those who are switching over to things like ceramic heat emitters. So I figured I'd discuss both in this video to clarify the facts and the fiction on how to heat your snakes. So when it comes to heating snakes, there's two main sources of heat that I mentioned people debate about, and that is using an under tank heat mat, which is, a little mat in a sense that you put under the tank and it radiates heat upwards, creating belly heat. The other form is a ceramic heat emitter, and a lot of people are liking this because it produces no visible light compared to a heat lamp. If you guys haven't seen my latest lighting video, I will leave a link to that in the description where I go more in depth on physical heat lamps, such as this 100 watt day blue I'm also using on my corn snake. But we're not here to talk about them, we're talking about ceramic heat, and they like this because it radiates constant heat downward, mimicking, for say, the rays of the sun, which creates a nice warm heat area while also warming the ground and in a sense creating belly heat from above. A lot of people are liking this because unlike heat mats, snakes can't sit physically near the heat mat and burn themselves. So when we're discussing about heat mats, I'm going to be using Hash, my other corn snake, as an example because his primary source of heat comes from heat mats. He doesn't have a ceramic heat emitter like Vegas does, and that's simply because I haven't given him one. His tank stays at the correct temperature using heat mats, which are controlled thermostatically. So for him, he has one on the side, as you can see, a small one, and then he has one large heat mat that actually covers the complete inside of his basket hide. He's saying hello to the camera for all of y'all. But pretty much heat mats, the heat rises up from the bottom, creating belly heat, so after he eats, he'll often coil up inside there and digest his food from the heat. So pros of heat mats, I should say, is that they do give the snakes the belly heat that they like, and that's normally how they would get it in the wild, is from the ground being warm after being baked in the sun. However, though, I feel like the one major con is that a snake can sit close to a heat mat and burn itself really easily. And especially with large pythons, even little things like ball pythons, they're known for staying in a hide for quite a while, even though they do move around, and they can actually burn themselves. So I'm going to go back to Vegas and discuss why I have been using one on him and why it has been producing good results. So first off, before I say anything, you will notice you can only see the tip of his tail back there, and I was looking for him to see where his head was popping out, and this really does show you how snakes are truly good escape artists. I'm going to flash the light. He popped behind his background, and as you can see, he's just resting his head right up there, but that really just shows you how good snakes are at getting into stuff. That's just going to be funny to see how he gets out of there, honestly, because he is just chilling out up there. Anyways, though, Vegas is, of course, he has a heat mat on the bottom as well, but I'm also using a 100 watt ZoomEd ReptiCare ceramic heat emitter. I like this a lot because what it does is it radiates heat downwards, and he will actually sit on this plastic hide and absorb the heat as well as on his log. And the best thing I like about this compared to a heat mat is the snake is not with direct contact of the heat source. On a heat mat, the snake would be sitting on the heat and it can burn itself. With the ceramic, it's staying the right air temperature without the snake literally sitting on the ceramic heat emitter. And that is probably the one pro to it, is because the snake cannot get burnt by this. That's all there is to say about ceramic heat emitters. I know a lot of people in Europe use them, and they've got those really nice wooden vivariums. So of course, the ceramic heat plus the wooden vivarium is just going to insulate the heat so well. And again, they're not even using heat mats on their snakes, so I really think over top heating is definitely going to be a really good future heat source when it comes to heating snakes. Okay guys, so time to wrap up our video. I really think that this video was sort of something necessary out there because there's so much debate on how to heat snakes. Really, do your research, find what you think works best for you. Again, there's probably so much more I could have covered in this video. I just pretty much covered the basics on what there is out there, on what you will see most of the time when you're reading on whether it's ceramic heat emitters or heat mats. Until then though, be sure to like my Facebook page, The Snake Dude 1814, and follow me on Instagram at Snake Dude 1814. I have links in the description below. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Adios. It would appear he finally found his way out.